Hey, hello guys, and welcome to another stream with S1REN from Offensive Security. If you are watching this video on YouTube, feel free to skip ahead about 20 minutes or so, and that is when we will begin. We're just going to go ahead and give people some time to download the machine. Today we'll be doing Tiki, or Tiki 1. It is part of TJ Null's OSCP prep list, and really looking forward to it. If you guys have any questions, comments, or concerns regarding offensive security, I will certainly do my best during this time period while we wait here, about 15 to 20 minutes, to answer those questions in the chat and to follow along as well. Welcome back, InfoSec Blogger and Calx. Welcome back. Croman, welcome back. Good to see you, buddy. There, now everybody's pouring in. Angel D, welcome, welcome. Very much a regular. A couple of regulars in here. Awesome. Awesome, awesome. So if you want to tell your friends, now is the time. Hey, OffSec, or Offensive Security, is streaming on Twitch. And they're going to be doing a machine with the community. If you would like to do that, now's the time. If you'd like to, get a drink, whatever it might be, relax. It's the end of the workday. We're going into the weekend with one of TJ Null's OSCP prep machines. Community work, Angel D asks, community work, is that the same? Do you mean in the sense that I consider this community work or part of my regular job, or the community is also doing work to penetrate these machines? Because it is a little bit of both. I mean, I do this, I'm partly here for my work, and I do it for many more reasons, honestly. Work, Angel D says, work as it together, so kind of right. Yeah. No, this is very much a cooperative effort. And that is the point behind these streams. I get the Nmap scan done, and then I highlight a few things, but everything past that is your guys' ideas. And we're going to hit up every service. We're going to enumerate it to the teeth, and make sure we have some takeaway home points. Unknown says, I would like to thank you so much for this videos. They are very informational or very informative. I learned and helped a lot following along with the OSCP study. Absolutely. Yes, bring your friends, please. Tell them about these streams. 5 p.m. Eastern, every Friday. Unless, of course, I'm sick or something like that. Then maybe Falcon Spy would take up the torch if I was sick and had the flu. I'm not sure. So for everybody joining in, I'm just going to keep kind of repeating this broadcast message, so to speak. We're doing Tiki 1, that is available from Vulnhub. In fact, I'm going to mute my mic and I'm going to go ahead and drop the link to download it. If you guys want to download it, open it in VirtualBox, toss it up on some network, and scan it down. You'll be right alongside us to do this. Lo and behold, I didn't actually have to do that. Seems that Best Phoenix, I hope that I pronounced that correctly, has already done it. First time chat from Hi Squid. A coworker sent me a link to here. Excited to be here. That's awesome. Welcome, welcome. First time chatter as well from, it looks like Hicken Root or Hiken Root. Hiken Root. That's clever either way. I like it. And welcome to the stream, Hicken Root. Hicken Root. But yeah, that is the machine. Best Phoenix or Best Sphinx. Some of these names are pretty tough, and that's coming from me. So, I mean, this one, first time chat from RES1L1 3 and 7. I'm resilient. It must be, yes. Oh, Hi Squid says resilient. Resilient indeed. First time chat from Zagar. Welcome, buddy. Use S1REN. Winky face. Yes, yes, yes. Good old lead speak, am I right? May lead speak never die. Except in a formal setting. Unfortunately, we can't use lead speak there, guys. We can't do it there. I have pasted a link again that an individual posted earlier. It's phonehub.com/entry/Tiki-1. If you want to go ahead and download that. What time are we at? We got about another 13 minutes or so. Maybe 15. Page doesn't exist. Oh, let me get it. There we are. I have fixed it. Sorry for the bad link. Cigar URLs are hard. Did everybody have a good week? Because we are getting towards the weekend, and congratulations on making it here. Congratulations to everybody. DTH, welcome back. DTH says I have a question. Shoot, buddy. Let's hear it. Black Sox, yes. I'm glad that I did cut the stream last week because I kept re-importing it I tried restarting this network, or not the network service, the VirtualBox service. It was not working until I did some comparisons just to find out for my own curiosity. And it was a corrupted file. The checksums were different. So I had to go ahead and re-download the file and re-import it, delete all the old files, and then it worked. And that's why we have that lightning round, which is now available on YouTube. DTH, if you do have a question, I am here to help. Jester says, hey S1REN, will you be streaming some Active Directory content throughout the year? Thanks. I get that a lot. Here's the deal with Active Directory Windows boxes. We offer those boxes in Proving Grounds Practice. It's only $20 a month. It's $20, and you have access to the best machines from some of the best people in the world that designing these machines in offensive security, and a lot of them are Windows machines. And we have quite a few that deal with Active Directory. Now, I already have my two, what I like to call play coins, that I was greenlit for, and I pre-recorded those, taking apart two Windows boxes. I think one was called Fish, and I forget what the other was called. I don't recall. Oh, that's going to drive me nuts. It's on the tip of my tongue. But if I certainly could, I would. Maybe I get approval this year. Who knows? Maybe sometime down the line I get approval. But there are a lot of people recently coming to offensive security. A lot of new people. And even some people that are intermediary students taking their exam, and they want a methodology. So coming to these streams is really going to help you tremendously if you fall into that category. First time chat from Zanzibar. I love Proving Grounds. I've completed 55 plus play plus retired machines, and will buy the Pen 200 soon. That's what we'd like to hear, man. Welcome aboard. You get that OSCP. You become an offensive security certified professional. And the next one, first time chat from Chesapeake Joe. What's with subscribing to this? Is there different content? If you do it through Amazon, are you still charged? No problem contributing for worthy content. So I do not take donations. I should say we at Offensive Security are not going to be taking any donations on this stream. It is purely from our heart for the community, to engage the community, to keep the pot brewing and keep things active. It is purely from our heart. So no, we will not be taking any donations, man. That is, but thank you so much for the offer. Thank you very much. If you want to continue to support offensive security, obviously you can take our courses. You can subscribe to Proving Grounds. I work for offensive security, and I still pay $20 a month for Proving Grounds because of the point. It is just so worth it. And I just mean that, okay? I mean it. You have access to so many machines. In proactive security, the ability to toss up a Windows machine or various versions of Windows on a fly, and on top of that, guys, the ability to reset the darn thing in an instant is so invaluable. You don't even always have to test. Once you know how to compromise it, that machine is yours. Like, you can compromise it again quickly and test what you like. You have unlimited time, and it's $20 a month. It's just like, that's so worth it to me. Let's see here. Unknown says, I can relate. I was lost in... Oh, no, wait, there was a first-time chat. First-time chat from JX Crow. Oh, boy, do we feel loved. Heart. Well, I hope so, buddy. I hope so. Because that's my breath. That's what I live for. I am here to inspire, to educate, and bring some people on board. get people excited about information security, more specifically the proactive sector. Chesapeake Joe says, thank you. Already in OSCP courseware and labs as well as the Proving Grounds. Good stuff. It is. It's great stuff, man, especially with the updates recently. It's been sick. It has been so sick. Gosh. Best, so shout outs to that whole team. And I'm a content developer as well, so I pour my heart into these things as well. So Bess Finks says, I sometimes find the playground doesn't have the best performance. So that is an issue that we're aware of, and our developer operations teams have become recently aware of it. So sometimes being able to load the page, we've had such a large influx lately. I don't know if any of you are World of Warcraft players, but if you remember the days of a new launch, of like some big expansion and everybody trying to log into the servers, even when they thought they were prepared, they were not. And we can definitely relate to that sometimes. There are a few nights when it's just crazy how much traffic we're getting, but we're working on expanding that. AB Sachs says that's actually a bit sad since you are since that you still have to pay P1 CCL or call. Says S1REN, keep on rolling. I will, buddy. Today the box is going to be in about 7 more minutes. The box is going to be Tiki. I'm going to link it one more time. Oh, I literally pasted it into the chat, and Bess Finks went ahead and just beat me to it. First time chat. Mbango 101. Hello from Angola, Africa. Wow. Hello, my friend. I'm not sure what time it is for you, but thank you for tuning in. You are in the right spot, that's for sure. Especially if you're looking to step into this field and kind of hammer down on that methodology. So welcome, Mbango 101. Donziba says, last question, is mostly the difference between Linux and Windows pretty much the Privesc? Like the initial shell, okay. I will say yes. Okay, this one I'm just going to say it. Yes. The main difference between Windows and Linux is going to be your vectors towards Privesc. I want to expand on this for a minute. The more that you work with privilege escalation in computer science, you will, or moving even laterally, that's still even wrapped in privilege escalation. The more you work with that in computer science or CompuSec, the more you're going to see the similarities between Linux and Windows at a very fundamental level. Very fundamental. You will find similarities, and it just becomes this similar kind of map that you can follow. Special privileges assigned to a user, special capabilities, writable locations on the file system. What can I compile? What can I execute? Is there any neighboring network computers? What's running with what degree of authority? Can I forward out a service? So many of these core concepts are the same whether you're on Windows or Linux. Do the commands change up a little bit? Yeah. But, it is just, with time, you will find, I promise from my heart, you will find that it's very similar. Aside from that, it's the difference between Windows and Linux outside of Privesc is Windows and Linux. I don't know any other way to put that. Unquoted service paths in Linux. That's actually, this is a fun food for thought thing, right? Take a Privesc vector from Windows, apply it to Linux, Linux, apply it to Windows. I like it. I'd have to think on that one. An unquoted service path. It's definitely not going to be an unquoted service path. But the premise behind an unquoted bin path or service path is that you then restart the service and your malicious binary gets executed with system level privileges instead. So that can share a similarity on Linux for any permissed binaries that we might be able to replace or write to. So absolutely. There. Me on the spot. If I had to compare unquoted bin paths or quoted bin paths and that escalation to Linux, there's your answer, actually. Remember, it's not the unquoted bin path that's giving you the ESC. It's the ability to move the file and replace it with your own malicious binary, and then restart either the machine with privileges, very much akin to pseudo privileges, or via net, like server message block. So net start service, net stop service, that kind of thing. Either way, and the same concept applies to Linux. So that's what's going to be lands the execution. That's what lands you a reverse shell with escalated permissions. So just a guy 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 says hello. Your voice sounds so familiar. LOL. It might be when I was doing streams back in the day on Discord. That's entirely a possibility. Maybe we met somewhere on the internet. I did play a lot of video games growing up on the net, so who knows, man? Who knows? Timing-wise, guys, we have about 2 to 3 minutes left. I mean, I'll give it about 3 minutes, but if you want to go ahead and toss up the machine, now is the time. Honestly, I don't know what people think. They keep saying my voice is beautiful. I appreciate that very much. It does mean the world to me, because I get self-conscious when I hear myself on these recordings, and it's like, oh my gosh, I sound terrible or gritty or something like that. But thank you for the compliments. Thank you very much. B Blanco 82 says hacking ASMR. I don't know about that. Maybe unintentionally. But we're gonna go ahead and get started in now. Are you guys ready? All right, Tranquil Rage says, let's do this. Then let's go ahead and get down to business to defeat the Huns. And we're here. So I've gone ahead and made a directory called Tiki. Inside that, I have 2 directories. Files, vulnerabilities, the same setup we always have. I touch hashes, touch passwords, and touch users. I have my IP address already exported. And assuming port 80 is open, I have that ready to load with my wfuzz. So for Alfred, just one more time, guys, we are doing Tiki. Thank you, not MHM. Thank you for the link and having my back there, chat. Thank you very much. So I'm going to go ahead and you know how we do this. If you're new, I'll explain it. I'm going to go ahead and just launch up a Nmap scan. I'm going to explain it. We're going to get the results down here into Nmap results. And then we will discuss it as a community, and we'll have our, I'll call this community attack vectors, or the to-try list. And we'll have some bullet points there. But I'm going to nmap -p 65,535 ports. I'm going to tap on a -c. We're going to do service version on the IP. Attack on --open. During an engagement, the --open, if you're looking for it, will only give you open ports. But if you have to be fully compliant and look for filtered as well, you would drop that. But we'll go ahead and tack on --open, hit the return key, and see what we get. Just a guy says, what does -sc do? Simple scripts. That's all, just simple scripts. And a benefit, again, I will say this time and time again, of testing locally off your own little network is going to be instantaneous results. So I'm going to copy this. We'll get it into Cherry Tree. I'm going to do my highlighting of the services, versions, target OS, and then we are going to get to business and start talking about potential attack vectors. So from the bottom here, 445 and 139, NetBIOS SSN looks like Samba 4.6.2, and that's cool. So we also have /Tiki. We're going to check that out. But we have, looks like the default page. Yeah, it works. Sure enough, I was looking for it. There it is. Ubuntu default page. It works. Great. And that is HTTP. And then we have SSH. Any verbose information given out by SSH banner grab. Double confirmation of Ubuntu 0.1. I don't know what that is there, but I know that's 4. I'll show you how we get that same information. So at the very top, I'm going to go up here, and we're going to have Ubuntu up at the top. I'm going to go ahead and paste this IP in here. It was 192 for me, at least. 169, it will be different for you. But I like to keep my IP address and the target, whatever my target OS is, up at the top. So with that, now I type up the ports, and then I will look at the chat, and we'll kind of just bang this out and start getting some attack vectors. 22, 80, 139, 445, and 22 I'll also add for convenience, SSH, HTTP, we'll call this like SMB, and a little extra knowledge on that there. Common Internet File Structure, CIFS, and do a little highlighting, make it look nice, and then we'll sit back, relax, read the chat, and see what we want to do. All right, I'm going to turn my head. We're going to look at the chat. What do you guys want to do for 22 is going to go to the bottom? Yes, because we don't have any credentials right now. That would be ridiculous. It's at the bottom of our to-try list. There is 0 usernames. There is 0 passwords. What would you do for 80 HTTP? What do you guys want to do? All right, I'm hearing GoBuster, aka directory busting. Directory busting and fuzzing. Absolutely. And what else might we do? Visit the site. I'll put that down as manual, obviously. View the source, Luke. View the source, Luke. And what else might we do when we hit 80? What are some tools that come to mind? Nikto. Yes. What are some other tools that come to mind? My bad. WFuzz, absolutely. So I'm actually going to do all of the fuzzing and directory busting here with this. So I'm just going to put that we're going to use WFuzz. But good suggestion on that. I'm a big fan. One person says, what web? Okay. I don't think that's particularly needed here. What's another thing? Robots. Checking for robots. I'll go ahead and put that on there. Sure, why not? Robots.txt. Anything else you guys can think of, or is that a good start? Default credentials, DTH. We don't even know if there's a login page. But, I mean, the rabbit hole goes deep. I am one of the co-authors of the Web 200, and I can tell you it's a it's a lot more than this, guys. This is what we call the preliminary enumeration. The preliminary. This is just, gathering our bearings, so to speak. So I'm going to go ahead and copy the IP, and we're going to start actually, instead of the IP, if I echo the URL, I have that, right? Yes, I do. We're going to start fuzzing for files, and all of this stuff like robots or DS stores, SVN entries, whatever it might be, we're going to find all that with the usage of seclists. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to copy this, and we're just going to, through the power of wfuzz, we're going to export the URL real quick. Notice I'm going to tack on one extra / here. Guys, that's for the directories. That's to be an indication of directories. So now that we have that done, let's clear this out. Let's clear this out. I'm going to use my common command, and we'll scroll up to some wfuzz files in the top terminal, hit the return key on that, and I'll explain what these do for any newcomers. wfuzz directories, you're like, whoa there, cowgirl, what's going on? I'll explain, but let's get fuzzing. So this is saying we want wfuzz, which is a fuzzing program for the web protocol. We want color in the output because color is useful. If you can see color, it's just useful. It's not entirely important, but it's nice. It's like, it's just nice. -C, file input method. What's it going to be? A stream, a file? It's going to be a file in this case. And, we have opt-sec list, the comma, and the word list we're going to be using is in opt-sec list discovery web content. And for directories in this bottom terminal, we're hitting up raft large directories.txt today. And also, we don't want any erroneous responses. Now, we might still get some, but I don't want 62,200 erroneous responses in 404 pages. So we type --HC or --hush code 404 on the target URL environment variable, which we exported. And I hope that makes sense. So now that we have that, what are we going to do with this? We're going to bring it over to our notes. This is what you guys wanted to do. All I'm doing is, typing commands. That's all I'm doing. And we'll go under files. And for files, I conveniently have that. I'm going to remove any 403s here, redundant, HTC, HT, user, no extra return byte size on any of these, and they're 403s, so many 403s. I don't need to know that a root directory root with a dot exists. Okay, index.html, there is a robot.txt, or robots, and there is an htaccess, but that's a 403 as well. So as far as files are concerned in the web root, that's what we got. I'm not so concerned with the total time. That might be more useful like later if you're tracking latency during an engagement for your own convenience as a penetration tester, but right now we're just, having some fun here. So directories came back. It looks like we have Tiki, server, and icons. So immediately I'm interested in that Tiki one, but we are not done. We want to complete all the enumeration that we can for each and every freaking port. So let's grab this, trim all this up, and we got 0, but it was a response of a 302. That stands out to me. Maybe a redirect or a blank page redirect or something like that. We'll figure out what's going on. And that's going to take care of it. Now, we could nicto as well. I have no problem with that. In fact, we haven't done a nicto in a while. Why not just do it for the heck of it? So we'll do exit on this. And I'll go ahead and exit on this. We're going to re-export that URL. Except this time, we're not going to have any fuzz in it. Just a regular old /. And it's a community suggestion, so that's what we're going to do. --host on the URL. And we're going to do -C for all checks for all checks. And there it goes, finding the robots.txt /Tiki, Tiki install. So definitely something going on with Tiki. The name of the machine is Tiki. We have the server already with nicto, Ubuntu, and then some server option stuff that's not particularly important. While that's scanning, let me look at the chat. Yeah, FFUF is great. In all my engagements, in all my penetration tests, the red team that I've been on, all those engagements, my various organizations, I've always used WFuzz. It is totally more than adequate of getting the job done in an effective manner, because you can fuzz any position of a GET or POST request, right? And it's just extremely fast. So while that's going, what's another thing that we can do? I mean, we haven't even left our terminal yet. I'm going to go ahead and copy this output from Nikto, and so I don't forget, and we'll get that over. Like, don't forget, get it over in Cherry Tree. Be done with it. And I'm going to trim it up. We don't need this, we don't need this, we don't need this, and we do not need that. I am interested in what I see here with Tiki, Ubuntu confirmation, robots.txt, e-tags, could care less right about now. We know that there's GET and POST data being sent. That's permitted, so that's going to be interesting. And we have a version from Tiki as 1.7.2. So it looks like it's going to be PHP, and we're targeting more than that. The CMS is Tiki 1.7.2. We'll just add that right up at the top. Awesome. Pretty cool. So let's trim that up. Very cool, very cool. Just a guy says, the cherry tree example you do for taking notes is pure gold. Thank you. I've gotten a lot of positive feedback, and I will continue to head down this path. 0xgrum says, did you have to make change to histo files since you're using Terminator? I had an issue with it keeping all of my linps results. I don't doubt you may have had an issue with linps. I don't use the linps myself. I'm not a linps type of person. I maybe used it a couple of times, but I prefer to be manual with it. I've never had to reset or modify my histo file. In fact, I'm going to demonstrate something. If you are using Terminator and you go to Preferences, and then you go to Profiles, Default, and Scrolling, you can set your scrolling on keystroke and scroll back to be infinite, infinite history in the scroll back. So, and then obviously you can have a solid color, and you can change this up however you like, you know, make it your own colors and so on and so forth. But nonetheless, let's see here. What was the next thing? So we've gotten through this arrow. I'm going to say we got that done on the web root. We do need to view the source manually. Nikto is done. And let's load it up. Sorry, but we do have to leave. We have to leave the terminal behind us, my friends. And that is exactly what we will do. Obviously, we found the /Tiki. And lo and behold, we have something pretty cool. Tiki Wiki CMS Groupware homepage. Congratulations! This is the default homepage for your Tiki. If you are seeing this page, your installation was successful. You can change this page after logging in. Please review the wiki syntax for editing details. Log in with your newly created password. Let me cancel out of this. Manually enable specific Tiki features, so on and so forth. This is looking pretty promising. But there was another port here. I need attack vectors on 139 and 445. In fact, I'm just going to go ahead and group these. What do we want to do for these ports, guys? Okay, I see a manual connection there with SMB client. I like it. Enum for Linux, absolutely. SMB map, absolutely. What else? List shares with null sessions. Yes, yes, and yes. Crack map, execute. My goodness, yes. I am liking what I am hearing. RPC client, thank you. Yes, NBT scan. Correct. Can we tack on any more? Any more? any more we might be able to tack on there. But I love how surgical that was. Very quick, guys. And we can get a ton of information out of just a couple of these. Let's go ahead and see if we can get, let's test for null sessions, right? So we'll just do enum for Linux-A at the target IP. And it's pretty much done because it's local. Let's see. I'm looking for shares. S1REN, what are you looking for in all this gargly look? I'm new, I don't know what I'm doing. Well, we're looking for shares. I'm looking for versioning information. I'm looking for this, actually. This is the golden line. We have an open share called notes. So I'm going to just copy that, and we're going to move that, we'll put that under other. 139.445, we have this. Pretty cool. So already we have this. We don't need to go launch a bajillion tools at this. We know that null sessions are permitted. Null sessions are permitted. That's a finding in and of itself. So yeah, let's go ahead and copy this. And SMB client, unless these RIDs find something useful. Administrators, partners, SID. Ah, we got back a user. Nice. So we're going to immediately go up here and type in under our user section and put, we got back Silky. Very good. We're also going to nano our user's file and put Silky in here. So the reason we do that, and we have a file that contains any users, passwords, hashes, is because that can be utilized alongside tools rather than having to copy and paste from here. And that's the only downside here. The only one. Usually you want your users, passwords, hashes on a flat file so they can be read by something. And do you have notes template public? I absolutely do, and I will go ahead and post that at the end. Yeah, it's in Discord, Wireside text. It might even be in the pinned section, my friend. All right, so let's go ahead and connect. I'm going to type SMB client, and we have our 192.168.1.169, and I'm going to put /notes-in for null sessions. And we're connected. Great. Awesome. And we have a mail thing here, so we're going to get that file that we have. We're going to exit. We're going to move mail.txt to our files directory, because we like to keep things organized. And this is a file that we've gotten. We're going to cat mail.txt. Hi, Silky. Because of a current breach, we have had to change all passwords. Please note that it was a 0 day. We don't know how he made it. Your new CMS password is... oh, goodness. So, leaving behind information like this is pretty good game, you know? That's pretty good game. I'm just going to put credentials. We have Silky and this. Now, this is when SSH in my mind goes right back up to the top of the list, guys, because we have valid credentials. Will they work? I don't know. I don't know. Dang it. Freebie. Yeah. So here we are. We're going to do SSH as Silky at this, or excuse me, at the target IP. And yes, and paste the password. Oh no, it doesn't look like it took. That's okay, at least we tried. I think it's the point is that you want to try that kind of stuff, guys. So let's go back to our root of our Tiki directory here. And let's start kicking that web app in the butt. Let's see. Tiki profiles enable specific Tiki features. Wiki syntax. Once you're logged in, please review the wiki syntax for editing details. Okay. What, can I just go to like /login? / What if I fuzz this? How quickly can I make this entirely fuzzed? If I export the URL, Control-Shift-V, and common, and load up my files and paste that, exit out of this. How quickly can we find? That's going to come back bad. Let's do it with a full terminal. We have cron, XML, RPC, robots, license, remote, comments, about. Let's go ahead and check that robots.txt. Robots.txt. Disallow Tiki. Well, it's working. What else do we have? Wow, a lot coming back. I think it's going to be Tiki login, Tiki index. I'm getting a vibe here. So Tiki login, Tiki log on. This was it. Nice. So we are at a login form. I'm going to cancel out of this now. Totally don't need all that for the time being. But guys, I do this every time, and I'm going to keep drilling it in. Under takeaway concepts, login forms. What are some things that we as, you know, my specialty, I mean, I do binary exploitation as well, infrastructure, wireless, but my main specialty, and the reason I'm a content developer for OffSec is the web. When we see a login form, I'm going to mute my mic. What are some things that come to mind? And more specifically, just username, password. I forgot my password. How can we hack this? Yes, we have a set of valid credentials. I just want to teach a little extra lesson. All right, so let's start taking down notes here. We have SQLI, valid, absolutely, injections. You know what? I'm going to go ahead and actually add that on for a reason. I'm actually going to go ahead and put my own code injection, believe it or not. User enum SQLI, yes. Error message, that's what I was looking for. Username enumeration. It is one of the most common login findings of all time, is error message username enumeration, and that takes 50% of the effort out of the equation. Croman, good suggestion, perfect suggestion. We already have SQLI up here at the top. Yes, default credentials. The dumb stuff, guys, the dumb stuff. Can I Google this CMS for default credentials? You know, can I Google this CMS for default creds? You know, those are some of the questions. What's another thing? WordPress username enumeration. Steelers fan. Password brute forcing. So technically, yes, we haven't even really hit that yet, but just straight up brute forcing. Brute forcing with either Hydra, wfuzz. We can hit up any login form of our choosing. I like it. That's a good starting point, I think. Exposed configurations. What other things can we get out of login forms? So yeah. Social engineering, yes, absolutely. We can use them for social engineering. Social engineering attacks. Phishing from an XSS, for example. And we discussed this in much more fun depth in the Web 200 if you're interested in all this fun stuff and maybe a little more. We go so much into it. So Burp Suite's a given in my mind. Good suggestion. But we also, what if it's a templating engine? Try SSTI. Try it. That's in our syllabus for the Web 200. Got a massive, awesome whole module on SSTI. What about the credentials admin? So we have that up here as default. You know, can I Google this CMS for default creds? I'm going to leave it there. I think that's plenty. I think that's just plenty, honestly. I'm going to have this as an arrow. And then I'm going to put another couple arrows down here for larger takeaway concepts from the machine. And let's go ahead and grab those credentials that we have in our notes. Silky and the Silky, and we paste our password. Let's go ahead and log in. I think we logged in. Yep, logged in. All right, we're in, guys. We're in. Now, you know S1REN loves the web. What is another thing? When we, I'm going to put a thing up here. We just found a CMS, and we're logged in. What do we do? What should come to mind first? What should be the first things to come to mind? This is going to be a whole nother set. It's quiz time today, guys. It is quiz time. We're logged into a CMS. What are some things that might pop up as findings? Yes, service versions, exploit DB, or verified weaponized code. What is another thing we might look for? Version enumeration, we got that. I'm just going to go ahead and put versions here. I have that verbiage mixed up from the chat. Come on, guys, we got to have better than this. There's a million here. I see file uploads. File uploads. Can we upload a file of our choosing or abuse a file upload vulnerability? What is another one? I just got access, man. I just got access. Check user privileges. User privileges might be able to be changed in our favor. Come on, you're forgetting one of my favorites. Code execution. Okay, we can get that on there. Code execution directly in a new post, a new page, etc. Fine, not necessarily. You can find that anywhere. What about a few of my own? What if we look for modules, extensions, add-ons? What if we create our own modules, extensions, and add-ons with malicious backdoors? What if we were able to do or perform a downgrade attack on the target machine /CMS? What if we were able to do a downgrade attack? What if we were able to edit some pre-existing extension? I'll just call them an extension, extension or functionality to plant executable code. What if we were able to do that? Edit the templates, looking for comments, I like it. So what if we have access through the CMS to sensitive database information or credentials? What if we can change those, change those credentials? I know this is a lot of takeaway concepts. I just want it to be very, instructional so that we learn some stuff. So let's go through this. We have a version. I'm going to look at the exploit database. Let's clear this out. Search exploit off of our Kali Linux machine. We'll search the exploit database. By the way, you can tack on a -- update in your free time, and you can update that. So I'll type in Tiki CMS, Tiki Wiki's CMS. So the security track record for Tiki Wiki is particularly lacking. Let's see what we have here. Is this? Yes, it is the wiki. Okay, what can we do? Home. What about searching, the functionality of the application? Assessing the functionality. I'm just going to add another. Assessing the functionality provided to us and seeing if we can abuse it. There's just another. So Um, let's see here. Wiki home. List changes. Today. List pages. Silky's homepage. Homepage. Can we edit this? History, copy, edit. There's an autosave draft of your edits. I like cats, frogs, snakes. I like hiking, right? I got a new CV number. Okay. So can we change this over to PHP code in any way? Can we, if we put in PHP info, will we get anything back? It's worth a shot. Can we change the properties? I'm just going to save that. No, we did not. In our preview, we did not. What if we go to list pages? I'm not in this for speed right now, guys. You know that. I'm just in this to be thorough. Take you down a few routes that might teach you something for the future. Permissions. We talked about that, didn't we? So here we are as a registered user. Can we increase our permissions at all now that we're logged in? Here's all the types of permissions. View source, edit source, upload picture, select group, admins, anonymous. Can I make myself a member of the admins group and select it? No, we don't have permission to be able to do that. Unless I hit assign. Are you sure you want to modify permissions? Yeah, let's try it. No permissions were changed. Well, we tried. Select feature. All features enabled that we can. Please all functionality. Object permission list. There. Permission that is needed to use this feature is Tiki p admin. Okay. Well, let's go back to the exploit database and take a look at a couple of things. So let's see, Tiki, Wiki. Is it all one word? Is that why I missed it? Tiki, Wiki. Did I miss something here? Let's see, what was our version? 1.7.2. Tiki CMS. 1.7 Tiki off. So we have Tiki CMS suggested here. Tiki CMS groupware 21.1 authentication bypass. Let's take a look. Sometimes there's the ability to look for versioning information. Are we able to find any versioning information? Need help? Enable specific features. Multiple bulbs greater than 1.8.1. Good call. Good call. Okay. Join the Tiki community. Official Tiki profiles. Wiki syntax. I don't see anything here regarding the version immediately. But we had a changelog during wfuzz, did we? Okay, did that give it out? Let's go back. If I echo the URL, it's ready. Let me just go ahead and hit this up real quick and see what we got. Create a wiki page. We can try. Okay, so we have robots again. That's kind of weird. What do we got here? Whoa. Jackpot. Okay. Admin, DB, dump installer, tests. Okay, cool. We'll keep that open. What else are we getting back here? You guys finding it? One says backup. Okay. Maybe something that was pre-existing, you know what I mean? But /db just redirects us here. And that's the disallow list, but we can still get an idea for what's going on. You guys see a change log? Let's take a look. Changelog.txt. Nice job. Good work. Version 21.1. And if we go back and we search exploit Tiki 21, just anything, we have, sure enough, 21.1 authentication bypass. So I'm going to copy this. Not that. Not like this. Copy this. And we're going to go into our vulnerabilities directory. I have a little script to just copy it from its long path to this current directory. And let's go ahead and I'm just going to run it, a little trick just to run it because I like to see the usage. Python 3 probably. Okay. Usage is this on the host. Apparently it does not need an authentication, whatever. Go figure, it's an authentication bypass. CVE 2020 1590C or 15906. So we're going to go ahead and Python 3 48 whatever it is 927.py and then at the target IP. And let's see what happens. Admin password got removed. That sounds kind of juicy. If I go back here, that sounds kind of nice. Hello, first time chat. Matt Bogenberger, welcome back. Or actually, excuse me, welcome for the first time since it's the first time chat. We're running like dual paths here. Let's go ahead and log out of curiosity. If I log out and then type in like admin, because it said it was removed, and just log in, do I get anything? No. What if it won't let me log in with nothing, so I'm going to say random content, and then I'm going to go back to Burp Suite, turn on my intercept, and log in with some just, bogus credentials or something, man, So I'm going to take this and send this immediately to Repeater. I'll forward it along. Actually, let's go ahead and drop the password, because if we look at this, it says it's repeatedly some reason. And then it says use Burp Suite to log in to admin without a password. So let's drop this and forward it along and turn off intercept. And 50 or more unsuccessful login attempts. Okay, we'll try one more time. That may have been from something else. Admin. What if we just refresh? Account requires administrator approval. We're going to keep trying here. Intercept is on, off, login, Burp Suite, drop the password input, and forward it. And, oh, bingo! Bling, bling, baby, we are in. Okay. Nice. Good work. Good work, guys. That's teamwork. Teamwork right there. So we have file galleries. Now we can upload a file. Oh, I need to turn this off. We can upload a file. What else can we do? List galleries. Octocat. That's cute. And what else do we have? Way more additional settings. Oh, here's that PHP info. What if we check out the document root? Is it going to give us that? Yeah. var www.html. Okay. What about disabled functions? Nothing in here indicative of exit statements. That's pass-through, exit, shell exit, system, just for memory there. So nothing indicative that those are gone or disabled. That's nice. How convenient of them to give us that. What else do we have here? Wiki. Anything under the wiki this time? Last changes, Silky's homepage, list pages, credentials. Well, let's go ahead and see. I think we found what we were looking for. These are the droids that we're looking for. Yes, ... indeed, and SSH. You guys are on the same page. I'm not even going to waste time, man. We're going to grab this here. We're going to swap immediately back to the terminal. SSH is Silky at the target IP. Provide this password. And we are in. We are so in. In fact, I'm just going to export my paths because I don't trust default things like that. And boom. Nice. Cool. So we're a real user. What is the first thing that I've told you guys? What is the first thing that we want to do? In fact, I'm going to make this a takeaway concept. We are a real system level user. What is the first command we type? Dude, it is all over the chat. Sudo-l. Wait, let's grab that password. Is it able to provide it? Huh. Well, that's not much of a privilege escalation on this machine. But we can run whatever command that we want as root. So I'm just going to be, a little fancy, and I'm going to echo the command execute bin dash and pipe that to base 64. And then I'm going to grab that base 64 value, and I'm going to essentially in backticks here echo this, so execute the result of our base 64 and pipe that to base 64 d to decode, and that didn't work, but it did give us that. Oh yeah, I know why it didn't work, because we didn't sudo it. Now we did. I like to have fun here. So we executed the bin dash binary with sudo permissions. Who am I? Who am I? Root. Good job, guys. ID. Let's go to the root directory. LL or LSLSHT. So we have the flag, right? You have your flag. And this is a little cool ASCII art. Thanks. Congratulations, you did it. I hope you had fun. Share your flag with me on Twitter, Silky1337 flag, and probably, I bet you that's the MD5 password for the machine if you ever want to SSH into it as root. Yes, 0xgrim, this is one of the boxes from TJ Null's OSCP prep list. So now that we have this, we've rooted a machine. We have proof that we're in the root directory and our privileges and the networking information and the host name and our effective authority over the machine. We hit shift print screen, and this goes in our formal report. Click. So there we have that, guys. And let me go back to before I conclude the stream. Just before, I am going to go to this little known website known as offensivesecurity.com. And as always, if you check out our courses, we regularly update. Here is our SOC 200 and our Web 200. Many of you know me from being one of the co-authors of this. And then our Pen 200, all recently updated Web 300. And exploit development, EXP301, EXP312. We have a new Mac OS control bypass. In case you guys forgot, by the way, we have that. And then the Grim Reaper of all cybersecurity certifications, the OSEE, or the EXP 401. So, yeah, definitely check that out. Let's check out events. You know, what's going on with OffSec? Can I look forward to any upcoming things? Looks like Jeremy Miller, or Harbinger, everyone knows him from the community as Harbinger, is our content product manager. And Jim O. Gordon, our Chief Content and Strategy Officer, will be having an AMA, or Ask Me Anything, Tuesday, January 25th at 12 p.m. ET. Click the button. Click it. Save your seat. Save your seat. But nonetheless, guys, thank you so much for being a part of this stream. And thank you so much for being here. A couple more comments, and then we're going to close it out. First time chat says DarthWeb99. Hey, S1REN. First time viewer. Do you tend to share your cherry tree notes? Oh, my goodness, am I glad I looked at the chat. So the answer is every single time. Every single time we share our notes here, and thank you for the friendly reminder if that's what it was. So we're going to go to Wireside Text in Discord. If you head on over to Wireside Text. Oops, there we go. Hopefully you guys can still hear me. But I'm going to paste this in and we'll call this Tiki. And you guys can still hear me? I hope so. But there it is in Wireside Text. And I'll just post the template as well. If anybody is interested in the templates, then you have that now available in Discord. So with that, guys, thank you so much for being a part of this awesome community. Thank you so much for being a part of Offensive Security. Make sure to check out those event pages. Make sure to check out our certifications. Hit us up on Discord if you have anything else. And if you just caught the tail end of this and have no idea what's going on, fear not. I'm going to upload this to YouTube very shortly, and it will exist on the official Offensive Security channel. We look forward to seeing you there. We look forward to seeing you next week, Friday at 5 p.m. Eastern. And with that, take care, guys.